Talking about great stories, Jess Hopkins, so far, if you ask me, she's become the story of the Dream Chasers Festival with her superstar stayer in Canya All Class, who took out his heat of the Bold Trease. He won, of course, the Topgun Stayers on the opening night, and Jess joins us here. You'll be dancing to the band is on fire today, but you're on fire with your dog. As I say hello to you, and congratulations.
No, thank you. No one wants to see me dance.
Were you expecting that tonight? He was devastating in the early and middle sections.
Yeah, his third split's as good as they go. Like, actually just asked someone if it was at the record. I know Hector went pretty quick here one night. But yeah, he just, even talking to James before, he just keeps fighting now when he sort of almost hears them coming. But yeah, I'd rather be the one out in front and them need luck behind me to beat me.
He's gone 30.01 to that third section. Tornado Tears 30.02, 41.16. So just puts a little bit of put it into some perspective that how good he has gone. And James and I were saying here, look, he looks on tired legs, but he just kept throwing them out. And 41.56 must absolutely please you.
Yeah, it does. Also, that shows how good Tornado Tears was to run home as quick as he did. But yeah, as I said, I'm just so proud of him. To run those splits, keep running, and yeah, I can't remember what the first heat ran, but I think he's qualified fastest, so sort of gives us some confidence for next week.
Could he win it? The boys, and they know a lot more than I, Jess, but they're telling us the way that he trialled there on Monday night, that he could win a Sportsbet Melbourne Cup, let alone a Bold Trease.
On ability, he could,
but
it would depend on how he began. You can't run dogs down in Melbourne Cups generally, so look, if he did step and run, 5.0, even 8 for him, yeah, he could probably run them down, but I mean, I'll say yes, because I'm as biased as anything, but I don't think he's running excavation or explicit down.
I'll put you on the spot here, Mitchie. Would you give him a slot in the Phoenix?
I would, because it would add another element to the race. It's not,
but it's not about elements, it's about if you think he could win and you don't waste your money.
No, I agree, but you have to think and say, well, everyone's going to go for greyhounds that can run 5 O's to the first marker, 17.50 down the back, and then try and break. Well, 29.60, but in
the point of difference.
The point of difference is he could sit off him, still blow him away through that middle section like Wow She's Fast did the first time she won it, and then they're not going to catch him if he finds the lead. So I think they thought the same thing with Hector Fawley last year, that they wanted to try and come up with something different, and he could be the perfect dog to do it. It's amazing that he can trial 29.06 and then come out and run 41.56. It's yeah, not many that can do it, but he's one of the lucky ones.
Well, I think you deserve a slot now. I think it'd be great marketing for the Phoenix. But you've got to win a Bold Trease first of all. What draw do you want?
I'll take the 1.
Yep.
But like in those staying races, you just want to get around the first turn clear. It doesn't really matter if you draw 1 or 8. Just want to settle in that first 3 or 4.
Will he get better next week? Do you think he'll be stronger on the way home?
He should. We kept, obviously for the Top Gun, had him at his peak for that night, freshened him up a little bit. Obviously trialled him here Monday night, and yeah, I left a bit in the tank, so hopefully, I mean, if he runs what he did tonight, it'll give him something to catch.
Are you enjoying the challenge of training a genuine Group 1 star?
Yeah, I think there was actually more pressure with Panama Canal than with this dog. He's just so easy to train, this dog. He's just no frills, and he's just fast. A fast animal, 300 to 700.
I'll tell you what, I've had the pleasure of hearing some of the pre and post race recordings Jess does for the owners, which is a fantastic experience. She brought the thoroughbred landscape to the greyhound landscape, which is awesome. It doesn't happen that often, but doing radio with Corey Smith, obviously being a part owner, I get to hear some of the pre and post race and the honest assessment of how the dog is going or has gone and then did race. It's fantastic for owners, and for me, the question I have for you, Jess, during the week you say we're going to give him a 500 here at the track. Is that just to sharpen him up? For those at home that don't know, is it to sharpen him up, or do you try and do something and say, well, he's going to run over 700, there's no point trialling him over 700, we might flatten him, and we want to try and get him stepping better after he did bomb it in the Top Gun?
Yeah, well, it's interesting, like, he'd had one 500-metre trial before he raced and had never trialled over 500 again. So while he was racing 500, he never trialled 500. But 2 weeks between runs, he needed a hit out. As you said, 700 would have flattened him. Even 600's far enough, like, just a nice 500 hit out. I did a lot with Alfie Moon. And I think Jason Thompson said it, I read something like 10 years ago, that in between on what he does for each distance, and obviously Peter Jovanovic's a big help for me. I ring him, what do you reckon? Sort of after the run behind pass mark, you probably heard that post-race where I was a little bit dejected and was like, maybe we just don't even accept for the Top Gun.
Yeah.
And then has slept on it overnight and thought we'll leave it in the selectors' hands, and we missed out, and then we got in and won it.
Well done, Jess. The month's a long time in greyhound racing, as you pointed out. You weren't even in the Top Gun, and now you're the favourite, of course, for the Sportsbet Bold Trease. Enjoy the ride next week. Looking forward to you announcing your slot in the Phoenix. Make sure you give us the exclusive, Jess. But we appreciate your time here once again, and you keep on smiling and getting the job done with Canya All Class. It's great to see.
We better just make sure Corey stays a long, long way away from the Phoenix selection process.
Yeah. Look, Sportsbet are here tonight, so come and see me upstairs. But yeah, for smiling, the crying after Top Gun.
No, we love it. Don't change this.
I usually keep everything to myself, so I'll probably start that again.
No. You got to be
Mad Carlton supporter too. So
well, she's going better than the Blues. At least she can get the job done on the big stage. Good on you, Jess.
Thank you.